Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you some page turner book recommendations. I chose this as the topic for today's video because I know that most of us in India are facing, and because of that the weather itself is a bit too lazy, and I know that many people might tend to get into reading slumps because of the weather. So I chose some really fast-paced page turner books to recommend today. And if you're not a person who reads that many thrillers, don't worry at all, because I've included books from different genres, because I myself am a person who does not read that many thrillers, and we can usually find many page turners only within the thriller genre. I've tried to include books from as many different genres as I can within this video itself. So without any further ado, let's get into the books right away. The first book that I'm recommending today is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now this is a collection of 12 mystery short stories by Arthur Conan Doyle inside the Sherlock Holmes series itself. And if you're confused of where to start in the Sherlock Holmes stories, I'd highly suggest you to start with this one. In the order in which the books were published, there are actually two novels before The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but you can start with this one itself because it does not spoil the first two novels. At the same time, you need not know anything from the first two novels in order to read this one. Personally, I think that The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes is far better compared to the first two novels. The first one is a bit boring at times because of some things that happen. The second novel gets better, but this one is far better compared to both of those. And I said that there are 12 short stories in this one, right? The best thing about each and every short story is that once you start reading them, you'll not be able to stop in between and keep the book down at all. Each and every time you start a short story, you'll just want to finish it because it is really thrilling, and the mystery element just adds on this really cozy atmosphere for the entire story. You can just read it during any season, and specifically if you read it during rainy times like right now, I'm sure that you will enjoy it completely. The next book is actually a thriller, and it is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I actually read this book very recently, that is only in October, and many people who have read this book whom I follow don't like it at all, but I have a really different opinion from them because I found it just as good as The Girl on the Train. I can say that there's only one huge difference between The Girl on the Train and Into the Water, and it is the cast of characters. In this one we have a lot more other characters compared to The Girl on the Train, and that proves as a weak point for this one because most of the characters in this one are disposable, but the plot of the book itself is very compelling, and it will make you want to flip the pages continuously and know what has happened from all the things that have been developed in the plot. Now here we deal with a woman named Julia Abbott who has to go back to her hometown from which she has gone really far because of some childhood trauma that she has there. And the reason that she's going back there is to solve some of the problems that have caused because of the death of her sister Nell Abbott, who committed suicide by jumping into a lake that is present inside that little town itself. And she also has to take care of her teenage daughter here. During all these things happen, many things from the past get unraveled for Julia, and some misconceptions that she had as a child and through all these years. Since the story also takes place in England, it just adds on to a rainy type of weather really well. The next one is an audiobook which I listened to, and it is Psycho by Robert Bloch. This is actually a psychotic thriller, okay? And the thing about this thriller is that we have this woman who has stolen a huge lump sum money from her boss, and she has taken off in a car, and she is to meet her fiance after a few days, and they are to elope from the town and just live a life somewhere else totally. But she is very much worried of the police cases that she has to deal with because of the theft that she has committed. During her escape, she just finds this really small little hotel in a highway, and she just stays a night inside that hotel. And while she gets into that hotel, many things happen, and because of that, some really horrible things happen to some of the characters whom we come across in the story. This is definitely a book which will get under your skin and make you feel very much creeped out because it is written in such a good way. Towards the climax, it might feel like a bit predictable and not that much worth it, but I can say that if you like the tone of the book, you will completely enjoy this the whole time. And I read this book during a rainy day, and I completely enjoyed it during that time. So I'd also recommend you to try that book during that particular type of weather. Now I want to take a little bit different path and not recommend thrillers, so I'm going to recommend two contemporaries, which are The Boy Who Loved and The Boy with a Broken Heart by Durjoy Datta. These are actually two books in a duology right now, but a third book is up to be released sometime in the future. It is not revealed in any way at all, but I can say that these two books are perfect for teenagers, and if you're a teenager, trust me, you'll just completely love this book. And even if you're a person who likes reading YA fiction very much, these two will be delights for you. Okay, here we just deal with this 17-year-old boy named Raghu in the first book, who has recently lost one of his friends, and he has witnessed his death. Because of this, he has a lot of depression in mind, and many things just happen in his life. There's also this mysterious girl named Brahmi who gets into his life, and she just changes the course of his life entirely. These two books are actually marketed as romance, but I don't think they are romance at all. These are like really good contemporary YA novels which also address some societal issues really well. The best thing about these two books is that the points of view from which both of these books are written are super good. I can say that both the books are really well written and they will make you want to flip the pages continuously because there is something that is happening on continuously. They are not thrilling in any way, but you'll just get attached to those characters and want to know what is going to happen to them towards the end. Also, both of these are really quick reads. I can assure you that if you just take up the book on a Saturday or Sunday morning and start reading, you'll just end up finishing both the books over a weekend itself. They are that good. The next one is actually an adult grimdark fantasy series, and it is The Nevernight Chronicle by Jay Kristoff. I can easily say that this is one of my most favorite series from this year because not even in one book I felt bored at all. Especially the first and second books are super fast paced compared to the third book. There are some lagging points in the third book, but if you end up liking the characters, which you definitely will, I'm sure that you will enjoy the third book also. Now in this series, we follow this 16-year-old girl named Mia Corvere, who's undergoing an assassin training in order to avenge the death of her family. I can say that each and every book in this trilogy takes place in a different setup, and each and every setup is very atmospheric and it just makes you feel like you are in that particular type of place when you are reading the book. The first book, Nevernight, actually takes place in an assassin school. The second book, God's Grave, takes place in the kind of a background where gladiator tournaments take place, and the third and final book, which is God's Grave, actually takes place in the backdrop of pirates. So I can say that each and every book is very thematic, and the theme that it explores is really well done by the author. Identifying oneself and knowing what one person actually wants and completely accepting people whom we love for what they are, that's actually the main theme of the series if you ask me. And revenge is one of the best emotion that actually drives the series as a whole. I can say that this is perfect for the winter season because each and every book suits that vibe very well, and it is super dark. So read it only if you are an adult because it is so dark, very explicit, and I can say that it is sexual in multiple instances, but not in an unnecessary way. So if you are an adult and if you like very dark stories, I'm sure that you will love The Nevernight Chronicle by Jay Kristoff. The next one that I'm recommending is a sci-fi series, and it is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. It is actually a trilogy and all three books are out right now. I've read only the first two books, which are Renegades and Archenemies. I can say that this is one of my most favorite books because the way in which Marissa Meyer has actually taken the science fiction backdrop and developed each and every character and given them backstories is very interesting. This is kind of like a superhero universe in which there are two groups of people with superpowers called the Renegades and the Archenemies. The Renegades are the superheroes who are actually running the government and taking care of the people, and the Anarchists are the antagonists who actually want to take down the Renegades because there have been multiple things that have been done by the Renegades which are not just at all. Our main character Nova Artino in this one just gets into Renegades and becomes a renegade herself, and she acts as a double agent between the Renegades and the Anarchists, and her plan is to bring down the Renegades from within. But even during her mission, she just learns a lot many things about the different people inside the Renegades itself because just like any other group, the Renegades also consist of good people as well as bad people and people who are in between. The action scenes in this one are the best because we get to see the use of superpowers by the characters during fights, and it is very engaging. Next, I want to recommend a mythological fiction series, and it is the Kalki trilogy by Kevin Mitchell. The three books in the trilogy are actually the first one, which is Dharmayodha Kalki, Avatar of Vishnu. The second book, Satyayodha Kalki, Eye of Brahma. And the third and final book, Mahayodha Kalki, Sword of Shiva. Of these three books, my most favorite one is the second book, and this series entirely focuses on the 10th avatar of Vishnu, which is Kalki, that has not taken place yet, and the author has just given his own spin for the mythology as a whole. We also get to see all other avatars in this fictional world that Kevin Mitchell has developed, and I can say that these are complete page turners, okay? I cannot say that they have a lot of substance put into them, but the action in these books is super good and you'll just not be able to keep the books down at all. These books are not as good as Narasimha, but as a complete series, things get wrapped up really well. The first one is good, the second one is far better compared to the first one, and the final one is not that great, but it just ends the series in a good way. There are also some stereotypical things that are done towards the ending of the series which I did not like, but as a whole this is a really good fast moving series, and if you're in a reading slump, I'm sure that this can help you get out of it. It is also really easy to read, so if you're in a reading slump, just try picking up the first book and give it a read. I'm sure that you will just feel how fast it is and it will help you get out of that slump. The last book that I'm recommending today is a book which is between three genres if you ask me, and the three genres are mythological fiction, thriller and sci-fi, and the book that I'm talking about is Keepers of the Kalachakra by Ashwin Sanghi. In this one we have a man named Vijay who works in one of the IITs in India, and he just gets this really good job offer from a very big company which is totally secretive. He just takes up the job and goes into that premises and just separates himself from the outside world. There are multiple things that happen inside that particular premises which just intrigues him a lot. I cannot reveal a lot many things about this book because many things happen inside it, and I cannot provide a really good coherent description of all the things that happen inside there. But as a whole, the book is very fast paced and it just keeps on moving really well. Another thing which you have to keep in mind while you're reading Keepers of the Kalachakra is that it has a ton of infodumps, okay? If you just remove the infodumps from the book, the 400-page book can be easily reduced to a 300-page book, but those infodumps are also very interesting and they just add on for the history and volume of the book. So as a whole, it is very interesting and fast paced, so just give it a try. So yes guys, those are the 8 books which I wanted to recommend for you as page turners, because I know that many people might be in reading slumps right now, and I'm sure that these books will help you get out of there. And if you're also looking forward for some really good fast paced reads to read during this rainy weather, I'm sure you will enjoy all these books. And if you did find this video useful and enjoyable in some way or the other, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.